Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast, the last Basement Bookers Podcast for the year. So this week we'll talk about Monday Night Raw, and we'll talk about SmackDown, and I don't know, maybe the future, whatever comes up, and I'm Basement Chair. He's Rich the Riz, the most richest baldest man. Take it away.
All right. So, big news coming out of SmackDown, new US champ.
Hold on a second. What the hell?
Wow.
Raw is first in the continuity. Then comes Friday. Is that how it works?
Yeah, but in my memory, SmackDown's fresher because it was just 2 nights ago, and I have the result here.
You can't just drop a United States title change to everybody like it's all good.
Like it's hot?
Yeah, you have to build, man. Like, I can't believe I'm having to tell you this as an adult man in a relationship. You can't just jump in head first. You gotta. There's preparation, man. You can't just. Oh my God, damn it, dude!
I suck.
Yeah, dude, you suck. All right, so we're gonna start on Monday, like normal people. When you start the week, you start on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and on Monday, we saw the return of Austin Theory to the ring when he decided to team up with Bronson Reed, and he said, "Bronson Reed, listen to me." Well, first, Bronson Reed's like, "Look, listen here, kid. You're gonna follow my lead, and then we're gonna do this." But not before Heyman and Bron Breakkers were like, "Listen, if he messes up, you can just kill him. That's what we do around here." Mm-hmm. And Bron Breakker barked at him, and then that means okay. So then, then Theory was like, "No, you follow my lead. I'm gonna start the match." Blah blah blah, and then they do the thing. And it looks to me that, Theory, I think his finisher is going to be the stomp from here on out. He is the Seth Rollins stand-in, I guess, when Logan Paul's not available, or he's the Seth Rollins stand-in plus Logan Paul, who's just Logan Paul and not a Seth Rollins stand-in. Because they're starting off Theory fresh. He's not some geek, in a tag team. He's not some dork flunky. He's out there. He's trying to make a name for himself. He sees the vision, and he wants what he wants. And what he wants is to be a part of it. You see? Was that so hard?
No. That's definitely better than what I was trying to do.
No, it's not about that. It's not a competition. I'm the champion. It's not about that.
It's not competition. I'm just giving credit where it's due.
That's okay. You don't have to do that. I don't want it. Okay. Keep it. All right. Don't do that, because then I get gassed up, and then I have to beat you at the next pay-per-view. Then you're gonna blame yourself, and it's bad for business, for your business, not my business. It's good for my business, but I'm trying to help. All right. So also on Monday Night Raw, there's a lot of girl fighting. It looks like dissension in the ranks in the estrogen pool of the Judgment Day. Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan, everybody's favorite skank. And look, and I mean the character, not the person. Obviously, she's probably a really nice lady. Mm-hmm. Actually, wait a minute. It doesn't matter really, because like you could. It doesn't mean just because you're a skank doesn't mean you're not nice. You know what I mean? That's just like it's a way of life. Mm-hmm. And that's just the character, really, and we appreciate that around here. Good recovery there. I mean, you could go. You can also. And I can just.
I was enjoying your commentary there, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this clash that's going on within the Judgment Day. It's definitely some tensions within the faction, and we knew it was going to happen. I'm glad they're starting it now because it makes sense to start it now. You had week 1, she's back, we're all on the same page, yada yada, and now it's like, what's this? So it makes sense that not everything is just awesome in the Judgment Day.
No, it is for the men though. They're sort of on solid ground. We haven't had any issues with Balor or anything like that really. But it's the I don't know. I think it's going to be the women that really divide the whole Judgment Day thing. And on Monday, there's going to be a triple threat match on Monday. Did you know about that? There's going to be a triple threat match with Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Vaquer, and Nikki Bella. Did you know that?
If I did, I forgot it. That's cool.
Yeah. So look forward to that, people. It's going to be something of a wrestling match. I don't think there's going to be a title change there. I don't think, I really don't think that these ladies really earned the right to be the champion. Except Stephanie does, and I'm really not sure if it's on Monday or if it's supposed to be on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw.
Which they are loading up.
Yeah, well,
the 1-year anniversary sort of Netflix.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, stuff's gonna happen. LA Knight's gonna come back. He's going to come back. He's probably going to interfere in the main event match. I don't think Bron Breakker, I don't think he becomes a champion just yet. I think it might be a little bit early, but what do I know? They could shake things up a little bit. He could be the champion. I don't know where Gunther fits into all this. He's just there. He had a confrontation with CM Punk, but where does he, what does he do? What is he now? What does this mean? What does any of this mean? And did it matter that he beat John Cena? Did it even matter? We don't know yet. Maybe it's too early.
Well, Gunther and Punk is sort of directly related to that because Gunther was talking trash and Punk could come out, but it seems weak to me. You shouldn't need that when Punk is the champ. Gunther should just come out and say, I beat Cena, I made him give up, now I want a shot at the champ. Like they're trying to shoehorn stuff to make stuff fit their narrative that they want, that they're trying to sell. It's not fitting too well.
No. Good insight there. The thing that I don't like is that I know we have to wait. It's always about waiting around. Like, who's this guy's next opponent? Are we gonna do AJ Styles? Or are they just setting that up for later? They're just setting up, everything's setting up and building up. And what does this come out to? When is this guy gonna wrestle a match on TV again? He's wrestling, off TV. He's wrestled Javon Evans off TV, what I saw, but he's not really doing anything. It's like, okay, well, he doesn't have to. He comes out, he gets booed. That's great. He's getting all the heat. He's giving all the kids coal. Nobody likes him, and he likes that. Great, but what are we doing? What's next for that guy? What's next for Bron Breakker?
So I feel like they have more of a long-term plan in place, or at least the framework for a long-term plan for Bron Breakker than they do Gunther. I feel like they're kind of just going at it 1 week at a time with Gunther. And and to have, especially to have given him the ultimate Cena rub and not really directly follow it up in my opinion, not following it up well. Not it's not working. I feel like it's not really working with what they're trying to do with him. Breakker, this all seems logical, right? Seth was out with the knee injury, quote unquote. He starts to assert himself. Seth now goes out with maybe a more legitimate injury, theoretically, who knows, no pun intended there. And he's asserting himself. And now he wants the title. This makes sense. I want them to not screw it up. I really want them to not screw it up because I feel like there is tremendous potential for them to screw it up, given the stuff they've screwed up in recent history. Everything about Cena's run, especially the dates, especially the heel turn, just so much fail. Bron Breakker has a bright future ahead of him. I want them to not take that for granted and just do something stupid and say it's fine, he'll be fine in a few years, because maybe he won't be.
Do you think they're working backwards this year? In other words, they already have what their WrestleMania main event's supposed to be, what their title matches are supposed to be. And like their big matches are supposed to be. They obviously revolve around all the people at the poker table or whatever the fuck, and the women at the dinner table.
Yeah, I think for whatever number it was, 42 for WrestleMania 42, the one coming out 2026. I think they're there. As far as 2027, are they there yet? Will they be there by Monday Night Raw after Mania 2026? I hope so, because that's what you should. That first Raw after WrestleMania 2026 should be the beginning of the build to WrestleMania 2027. If it's not, they failed. Period.
I don't know how you can do that backwards without knowing what the people, how they react to those people that you have set up for WrestleMania. Like the safest, like how their safe stuff. They probably already know what Roman Reigns is going to do. They probably know what the Brock Lesnar thing's going to be. They probably know what the CM Punk thing's going to be. They know what Cody's doing.
They better know what AJ Styles is doing.
Well, yeah, because, I think might be his last year. That's what they say for 2026. But I don't know. Who knows? It could be Survivor Series next year. Could be there. Or another Saturday night's main event,
Like the difference is, like publicly, we don't know the exact date for AJ Styles' last match. We had the benefit of that for Cena. We don't have that for AJ, so it's tough. Like it could be Survivor Series, could be the following year's Rumble, could be Mania.
It
like
could
he
be
debuted.
tomorrow.
he debuted at a Rumble, so it makes sense that a Rumble or the event immediately prior to a Rumble is going to be his last.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're gonna screw that up too. So
I know. I want them to not.
Well, they're gonna.
I really want. I love wrestling, but I really want to also like wrestling.
Yeah, they're gonna just do. Another person retired by Gunther, when really they're quitting, and he happened to be the last match that they have. Okay. Well, if that satisfies you, then I guess good. So let's let's just go to Friday.
Yeah.
So Ilja Dragunov wasn't happy about what happened with his match between him and Carmelo Hayes. He didn't like that the Garganos got involved in his match,
Hmm.
and he said, listen, I was gonna say Trick, but listen, him,
Mellow.
I know his name. I'm gonna say him, but listen,
Okay.
him. I'm gonna interrupt your conversation with the masked jobber and the long-haired jobber. I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you about this match, and I didn't like it, but I think that pain should entertain everybody. So maybe tonight I'm gonna cancel the open challenge because you're in, man. You and me tonight. You go out there, you get your clothes. We're gonna get in the ring. We're gonna roll around together, and then I'm gonna beat you. And that didn't happen. There was a lot of, I would say, there was good things. A superplex into a cutter, which I think you can do a finish like that. I don't think, like, I understand, you gotta hit your moves, yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes you could just win like that. That could be like a shock victory. I think you could have won with that, you know.
Yeah, I think so. That was
But
cool. That was like I rewound that. I'm like, wow, that was cool.
but apparently, you gotta kill Dragonov. So you gotta keep on keeping on. But
Mm.
it would have been acceptable to me. And we already had an appearance. We had the way it worked is that the first match we saw, it was Lash Legend and Charlotte Flair, I believe. No, that was a
Mm.
Miracle on 34th Street fight with
Yep.
Joe Hendry and Miz. But
Hmm.
then after that was Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair. And
Hmm.
then immediately after that, it's Nick Aldis, and then it's Trick Williams in his office.
Hmm.
He's in there. And he's like, listen, Raw's bringing me a bag of what money probably, and he's like, why don't you negotiate? Because I'm the hottest free agent. I'm like, oh my god,
Hmm.
we did this hottest free agent thing. Guess what? He's just now doing something. Okay,
Hmm.
we did the hottest free agent with Carmelo Hayes, and he's just now the United States champion. All right, so pump the brakes with the hottest free agent bullshit, okay? Because I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Um, and Cody's there. He's like, "Listen, you given? Yeah, sure. I threw a police officer to the pool, and I just don't understand why they're bending over backwards to placate Drew McIntyre, who's been nothing but bitching about unsafe work environments, and now he's got it where if Cody lays a hand on him, that he's stripped of the title."
Hmm.
Like, what? I don't understand. Like, how big of a star do you think Drew McIntyre is on SmackDown, my dude? Like, I like the guy, but he's done nothing but take L after L after L recently.
Hmm.
And just because he bitches and complains that the system's against him, everybody's in the pocket of Cody Rhodes, you gotta overcorrect things to where everything's on his side. It's like, listen, it's a narrative, there's a story they're trying to tell. It don't make no fucking sense to me. It's like it's telling me that if you bitch and complain enough, you'll just get what you want anyway. This is the
And trust.
same guy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Trust
this is
me,
the
it don't
same
work.
guy. Yeah, this is the same guy. This Drew McIntyre guy talking about this. Like, oh, you can go ahead and complain on Twitter and whatever the hell the fuck. And he's just complaining and pissing and moaning. And now he's got, and now he could just talk all this shit, just insult Cody Rhodes, and like maybe your wife will see what a real daddy looks like or whatever. It's like, holy fuck, man, what are you doing? All this stuff, and this poor Dad Egler. You're supposed to
Mm.
apologize to the guy, and
Mhm.
then you just be a dick. How about if he just doesn't accept his apology? Maybe he doesn't accept his apology, and then he doesn't get shit. That
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense to me, you know. And what? Oh, now, in Berlin, it's gonna be 3 stages of hell,
Hmm.
just so Drew McIntyre can finally get a pinfall victory on Cody Rhodes, because he's not winning that shit.
Hmm. Is that a SmackDown? I guess.
I don't think so.
Is
I
it a
don't know what.
PLE?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe when they're, yeah, it's a SmackDown in Berlin, I guess.
Okay.
So whoop de woo. That's probably the Friday of January. Wait, like after the Monday Night Raw, that's what they're gonna follow it up with.
Hmm.
Which I hope
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that the next Monday is gonna be some like German pay per view, and we gotta like do the show later or something. Which turns out might not be the worst thing if it runs the same way that it has before.
Like the no commercials. That's dope.
Yeah, the way God intended. Um,
The way Netflix intended. Damn it.
so I think we're gonna have a new wrestler for SmackDown on Friday,
Trick Willie?
because I don't think so. Because if
Oh.
he's a heel, then why would they put him against Kit Wilson when he's like talking about toxic masculinity and he wants something new, and then Aldis
Oh,
is
right, right.
like, well, I'm gonna give you something new on Friday. How about that? You know? So
Mm.
it's gotta be, and they're giving Obafemi stuff on SmackDown, so maybe he's gonna join, but he's the champion, so I don't know how that works. Um,
Double duty for
like
a
it
while.
doesn't have
Maybe.
to be now. It could
Mm.
be any time. They're just showing what the guy can do.
Mm. Coming out
Because
dancing out to
SmackDown's
Golden.
about to, yeah, well, it's about to be 3 hours. So they're probably trying to load up when really they should be utilizing their talent. You know, um,
Yeah, more TV time for Otis and Tozawa.
they're Raw guys too. You know that, right?
Awesome.
They're not even SmackDown wrestlers. So um,
Oh,
remember they're in Maxine Dupri's group, and she is the Intercontinental Women's Champion.
that's
That's
right. That's right. That's
supposed to
right.
be,
They should get more
yeah,
time anyway.
yeah. And they need to do something with Julia or figure out what they want to do with Chelsea, because is she a heel? Is this heel versus heel? Like, if you don't have, and this is a situation where like, well, it doesn't matter if it's heel versus heel. No, it matters. It matters because that's how you get a response. That's how you get over. That's how you get people to care. If it's just two heels teams, Kiana James, Julia,
Mm.
and Chelsea Green and Alba Fire, like you need someone to root for them to beat, because it
Mhm.
seems that people like Chelsea Green, and that's a problem, man.
I'm thinking
She's
Chelsea's
a
a
bad
face.
guy.
I think she's a face. I
I
think
don't
she's an
think she's a
annoying
face.
face.
I don't think you. I don't. I don't think faces should be annoying. By definition.
Mm.
But the whole point is you're supposed to be likable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think so. And especially with the way Corey Graves fawns over her, he only does that really for the heels. That's doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So if you want this lady to get reactions, maybe put her against people you want to lose, that you want her to beat, that you
Hmm.
want Julia to actually beat.
Yeah. Also, is Piper even hurt?
Yeah, she's hurt.
Been gone for a while.
She's been hurt for a while, man.
Hope
She
she
might not even come
recovers.
back. We don't know.
What? That would suck.
Yeah. Well, we know it's not she's it's not because she's on maternity leave, because as far as we know, unless there's a laboratory thing going on, we don't have to worry about that situation. She plays for a different team.
I didn't know
Um,
that.
yeah, so don't even worry about that. So she's like hurt with something. I forgot what exactly it was. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one, and it's fine. So, you know, uh, So it looks like I think Joe Hendry. They say he's an NXT guy, but he's probably going to be on SmackDown.
Mhm.
With
Yeah, it
Trick
seems.
Williams and Oba Femi.
Mhm. Yeah, it seems like this is the time for them to start the loading up of the roster for the expansion. But I agree they shouldn't load it up too much because you already got guys that are lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, really, all you got to do is just complain about it on Twitter, and then you
Yeah.
can get a, a match with Cody Rhodes. And if he
Hashtag bored
attacks
at
you,
work.
yeah, if he attacks you, then if you attack him, I mean, you could lose your belt.
Mm.
So this is the cheap way for them to have it where you really want Cody to beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre because now you
Mhm.
can't touch him. He's like your dad's in hell. You're gonna see your dad in hell.
Mhm.
The wife stuff. It's like, man, that's pretty rough. And it's like he hasn't learned his lesson. Like these former AEW guys don't get along with him. And then he's just gonna get hurt again. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
Mhm.
And it'll probably get busted open again, probably. Cody or Drew. It doesn't matter. They both like it,
Mhm.
really.
Random thought, but on topic of former AEW guys, is Sean Spears doing anything down in NXT?
He's probably like an low key gonna be like an agent or something.
Uh,
Like I don't know. I don't know if he's doing anything really. NXT. To be fair, I don't watch it, so I don't know. He
I
could
never
be.
see him in clips.
Yeah, he's a mystery guy, and yeah, you can get so far
Hmm.
really doing that kind of stuff.
I the
And
the
he's
10
he's
with Ty
shown us that.
Dillinger was over. The chairman gimmick was good, but there was no follow up to busting Cody Rhodes open, other than just he became the chairman and he has now a gimmick of he comes with a chair and he's sitting in a chair, posing in the chair.
Where's Tiffany Stratton? Jay's walking around there bullying Meechin, and Meechin's fighting her. And B Fab's like, don't even do it, and she's like, I'm gonna kick her ass because she's a bully or something. Um, and
And maybe
Tiffany
she'll,
Stratton is just MIA.
if not this Monday, then she'll be back next Monday, the big premiere.
I mean, she doesn't work on Mondays, so I
Oh,
don't know why you
Friday?
keep
Damn
doing
it.
this. I mean, it's really
Oh,
easy. She was just recently the SmackDown Women's Champion for like 300 days or something.
you're right.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't have coffee.
These
There's no time to make
rosters,
coffee.
no.
I had an energy drink, but it doesn't have the same effect. Yes, rosters,
Listen,
multiple
man, I've
rosters.
been off
Oh,
caffeine for at
I
least
know.
2 years. I don't understand.
I've been off caffeine for 2 days.
I
It's
thought you were
rough.
going to say 30 minutes.
No, well, it's
Because
my
don't energy drinks have caffeine in them?
they do, but it's different. Like the energy drinks, it's like a quick spike and then a quick drop. Coffee is it's a slow rise, but it's a higher rise and it keeps me up there longer. Um,
I miss the energy. That was a nice thing.
yeah, I'm trying to get in shape and get more sleep for the new year to hopefully rest my brain and hopefully my brain will be better. It'll brain better. I need to brain
Well,
better.
brains are overrated. They really they control a lot of important functions. Most of them, some might say,
Yeah.
all of them probably. I think that's where the instructions come from. But I don't know how to segue that into anything really. Um,
Who got brained this week?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I guess the Miz maybe because he was on in that Dirty Miracle on the Dirty Street fight.
Yeah.
Maybe him
The
and
opening
Killian
match.
them.
Miz got brained.
Yeah. So if you play Cody Rhodes' entrance at exactly 11:59 and 23 seconds, you can whoa into 2026. So
That's fantastic. I might
have
do
fun
that.
with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. It's not gonna work. I don't function that way. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. Unless you had anything else you wanted to go into, outside of what we talked about, how Drew McIntyre is a fucking bitch, and I don't understand these freaking. I don't understand these things, these stipulations. Like, you could just be the biggest asshole and just get whatever you want. I'm starting to think they call this as a heel, like in disguise or something. Because how you gonna let Cody Rhodes just talk all that shit to you? You work for me, I'm the law and all that shit.
That was a
It's
line.
crazy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I want to see the evidence of long-term, well thought out booking.
that's right. And it's been everybody's tired. Everybody's celebrating the holidays.
Hmm.
And happy. This is technically like the end of Christmas, kind of. It's. I think the day after Christmas is going to be recognized federally here in America. So it's
Cool.
like we have our own Boxing Day, kind of.
Mm,
So that's interesting. I wonder if they'll start like making it so people don't have to work. That'd be cool. You
that would
know?
be.
Yeah.
That would be. Like
Well,
I
except
feel like
for those poor retail guys, they got to still do it. But
if that's the case, then I'll be still working the day after Christmas.
yeah,
So I work for a
well, that's
retail
lame.
company.
Yeah, but it's not like you're selling batteries, you know?
No, no, better than retail. What I do is
Okay.
definitely better than retail.
Well, I meant to, wish everybody happy holidays. Um, and I guess a happy new year. This is the last podcast of the year for this one. So we still have to do the year end awards. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be for the beginning of the year,
Yes.
and then we'll reflect on the year behind us.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very interesting couple of days. Everybody's tired. So sorry about
Mm-hmm.
that, but it is what it is. Um, get me the hell out of here before
Yeah.
I further melt the brains of our listeners.
All right. With all that being said, let us know down below what you thought of this week's SmackDown and Raw, what you're looking forward to in the new year from Raw and SmackDown and NXT if you watch. Who do you think is coming up to SmackDown to face? What was it? Who the hell was it? I'm blanking.
The one of the
Oh yeah,
deadly
Kit
guys,
Wilson. Kit Wilson.
the one that's not hurt.
Yes. And as always, we know that more than 69% of you are not subscribed. Do us a solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out a whole lot. It's over here somewhere. I have a thing. Does it work? I don't know if it works. Where the hell is it? I lost it. I lost it. It's not there. It don't matter. It's probably there. I didn't see it. That was terrible. But Jared's got a party message.
Yeah, so I was wondering, since we're asking questions, who do you have, guys? The Usos or Dragon AJ in their tag team title match? That's probably gonna be kind of a banger. The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so we'll make it count.
And do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers. I'm not sure after this one though, but like the other ones are really good. But like you should definitely just remember, we're all humans here.
Mm.
Anyway, bye.